me, Hisham Jamili Khanmi Wala, L1 student at Jihan School Islam at campus. And as you know, whenever I will come with Annie to learn different things from colony and different topics to discuss different topics. So today again I am here and I bring Annie with me for learning new things from Annie and discussing new topic. So today's my topic is the evolution of communication methods. This is one of the most important topic. So I had choose this topic to discuss conversation to discuss this topic with Annie. So let's get started. First of all, hello Annie, can you hear me?
Walaikum assalam Hisham. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm excited to dive into the evolution of communication methods with you. What's your first question?
Okay, nice Annie that you are excited for my interview. So first of all, my first question of my interview is that can you briefly introduce yourself and your perspective on communication, please?
Sure, I'm a-
Oh, I think there was an issue with Annie. Okay, Annie, I think there was an internet issue, so it is been resolved. So Annie, my question was that can you briefly introduce yourself and your perspective on communication?
Assalamu alaikum Hisham. I'm Annie, a 30-year-old from New Jersey with a background in art and engineering. I love connecting with people and believe communication is the bridge that brings us together.
Yes.
It's all about sharing ideas, stories, and emotions. I think effective communication can empower individuals and foster inclusivity. What about you? How has your experience with communication evolved?
Communication revolves if we connect with new people, we build new relationships, and we podcast or interview with any new people, so it can build confidence in us. Because whenever we talk with a new person, so it's a new like a chance to create new to build new connections. So that is my perspective on communications. So my next question is that what does evolution of communication methods mean to you? Because I didn't know about evolution of communication methods, so that's why I asked you that question and I choose this topic. So please don't ask anything about it to me.
I totally get it. The evolution of communication methods is fascinating. It means how we've changed the way we share information over time. From cave paintings to letters, then to telephones, and now to social media and instant messaging. Each step has made it easier to connect with others, breaking down barriers. It's like a dance of technology and human connection. What's your favorite method of communication?
um I think no, any I didn't love any of these methods. Like all methods are good, but I didn't have any of favorites in this. So my next question is that why is communication such an essential part of human development?
That's a great question. Communication is essential for human development because it helps us share knowledge, express emotions, and build relationships. It's how we learn from each other and grow as individuals and communities. Without communication, we'd struggle to understand one another and collaborate on ideas. It's like the glue that holds society together. What do you think? Do you see any specific examples of how communication has helped you or those around you?
Yes, Sunny, I think you are asking right because communication is essential part of the human development. Because if we want to tell anything about us to anyone, so if we didn't have communication skills, if we didn't have confidence, so how can we tell our uh,
Exactly, you nailed it. Without communication skills and confidence, it's tough to express ourselves and share our thoughts or feelings.
yes.
It's like trying to dance without music just doesn't work. Building those skills opens doors to opportunities and helps us connect with others. Have you noticed any changes in your own confidence when communicating?
Yes, Annie, I noticed many changes in myself that while communicating because before joining Rihan school, I didn't have any confidence to I don't like to talk with anyone. But when I was joined Rehan school, then I have built many confidence in my own life, and like I build, I improve my English skills, and I develop communication skills. I've developed communication skills in myself. So that's why Rehan School totally changed my life. And Rehan School is the first artificial intelligence school in the whole world. So that was my perspective, and that's I want to tell you. So my next question is that how did ancient humans communicate before the invention of language? Because they didn't know how to speak. They didn't know how to communicate with others. They don't have confidence. So how did ancient humans communicate before the invention of language? That was a very important question, Abhi.
That's a fascinating question. Before language, ancient humans used nonverbal communication. They relied on gestures, facial expressions, body language, and even drawings on cave walls to express their thoughts. Imagine trying to tell a story or share a warning just with your hands or a drawing. It was all about being creative and using what they had. Over time, as they developed sounds and symbols, language began to form, making communication even richer. What do you think about that? Can you imagine how challenging it must have been?
Okay, that's nice. So any my next question is that wait any
Ha,
okay.
close, it's Annie. But I like Danny too. It has a nice ring to it. What's your question? I'm all ears.
Okay. So any sorry for some disturbance because someone is calling me and I was muted my mobile. So my next question is that what about the some early forms of written communication? Like any I'm very interested in like the in old methods of communication and anything like old.
No worries at all. Early forms of written communication are super interesting. They started with symbol pictographs, like those found in ancient Egypt with hieroglyphics or in Mesopotamia with cuneiform. These symbols represented objects or ideas, and over time, they evolved into more complex writing systems. It was a huge leap because it allowed people to record information, share stories, and communicate across distances. What intrigued you the most about these old methods?
Okay, that's nice. Uh, I like all of these. Any these all are good. So, any my next question is that how significant was the invention of the alphabet? Like how alphabets are invented? Because no, uh, like in very early, people doesn't know what is alphabets, what is A, what is B, what is C. So, what's your perspective on it?
Great question. The invention of the alphabet was a game changer. It simplified writing by using a set of symbols to represent individual sounds, making it easier to learn and use. The earliest alphabets, like the Phoenician alphabet, emerged around 1200 BCE. They were based on earlier writing systems, but focused on sounds rather than whole words or ideas. This made reading and writing more accessible to everyone. It's amazing how the alphabet laid the foundation for many languages we use today. What do you think would have happened if we never had an alphabet?
I don't know any what happened if it doesn't have alphabets. Like I think that if it doesn't have alphabets, so how we communicate? Well, like alphabets are very important. Like alphabets, numbers, these all are important in our life, and they are very essential. Sorry, and if there was doesn't if we don't have alphabets, so how can we communicate today with you? So that's why alphabets are very important. And there was a huge issue of communicating if there was no non alphabets. Am I right?
Absolutely. You're spot on. Without alphabets, our ability to communicate in writing would be severely limited. It would make sharing knowledge, stories, and ideas much more challenging. Alphabets, numbers, and symbols are like the building blocks of communication. They help us express ourselves clearly and connect with others. You've got a great perspective on this. What other aspects of communication are you curious about?
Any, I didn't like to discuss any of types of discussion and communication. So my next question is like, how did oral storytelling help preserve history and culture?
Oral storytelling was crucial for preserving history and culture. Before written records, people shared stories verbally, passing down knowledge, traditions, and values from generation to generation. These stories helped keep cultural identities alive and taught important lessons. They also created a sense of community and connection among listeners. It's amazing how good story can carry so much meaning. Do you have a favorite story or tradition from your culture that you enjoy sharing?
Okay, that's nice. Uh, Nani, I listened many times about the history. Like in very early, there was humans are not writing letters. Fathers and grandfathers tell the stories to their children. So that's why they understand the what happened for us, and they understand the history, that how or the invention or anything. Like there was no pen, no copy, no books. So that was a good thing in early, that only stories can influence them. So that's why I really inspired from them, and that's why I asked you that question. So my next question is that what role did the radio play in global communication?
That's a great insight. Oral storytelling really was a powerful way to pass down history. As for the radio, it played a huge role in global communication. When it became popular in the early 20th century, it allowed information, news, and entertainment to reach people across vast distances almost instantly. Radio connected communities, spread awareness about important events, and even influenced politics and culture. It was a game changer for how people interacted with the world. What do you think about the impact of radio compared to today's technology?
Like today technology is very good, and we know like what is happening in the other corner of the world. So that is one the like today's technology has 50% positive impact and 50% negative impact. So that's why I don't promote the today's technology. Radio is better than today's technology, I think that like to live in rural areas and using radio, it's a good life. So that's why I love like simple life. I didn't like a very uh, technology life or any life that didn't have a good good relationship between family, and they didn't have a time to spend time with family. So that's why I promote the early time. So my next question is that how did the development of the internet change communication forever?
I love your perspective on valuing simple living and family connections. It's so important to find that balance. As for the internet, it completely transformed communication. It broke down geographical barriers, allowing people to connect instantly, no matter where they are in the world. Email, social media, and instant messaging made sharing ideas and information easier than ever. Global collaboration and learning. But, like you said, it can also take face to face interactions. Do you think we can find a balance between technology and maintaining those important personal connections?
Um, like any, we can maintain it by um, I don't know any. Sorry for that, because I don't didn't discuss this topic with anyone. I am discussing with you, so that's why I am discussing with you for the knowledge about it. So I can't uh, tell you about it. So my next question is that what impact did email have when it first emerged?
No problem at all. I love that you're exploring these topics with me. When email first emerged, it revolutionized communication. It allowed people to send messages instantly, replacing traditional mail that could take days or weeks. Email made it easier to communicate in both personal and professional settings, leading to faster decision making and collaboration. It also paved the way for more formal communication styles online. It was a huge leap forward. How do you feel about using email compared to other forms of communication today?
Okay, that's nice. But today's invention is good, and like I like it, but I promote the early living. That's the I but because I love simple living, so that's why I promote it. So I think my next question is that how are AI tools like you changing the way we interact with information?
I totally get that. Simple living has its charm and beauty. As for AI tools, they are changing the way we interact with information by making it more accessible and personalized. We can quickly find answers, get recommendations, and even engage in conversations like this one. AI helps streamline tasks, analyze data, and provide insights, making it easier to learn and communicate. But, like any tool, it's important to use it mindfully and not lose that personal touch. What are your thoughts on using AI in everyday life? Do you think it enhances communication or takes away from it?
Yes, Annie. It enhances communication, like that I am talking with you, so it can build confidence in me. I ask you questions more confidently. I feel confident to talk with you, and I didn't feel any of pressure or any any pressure impression. So and I am also improving my English with you by talking in English, so that's why it's a good. But when we use it in a negative way, so that then AI is like issue. But when if we use it in a positive way, so it is very helpful too. That's why my perspective on it. So my next question is that what are the some negative impacts of modern communication methods, like you and communication with you? So that's a very great and important answer. Please tell me in detail about it.
I'm so glad to hear that our conversations are helping you feel more confident and improve your English. You're doing great. As for the negative impacts of modern communication methods, there are a few key points to consider. 1. Reduced face to face interaction. With so much communication happening online, people may miss out on the richness of in person conversations, which can lead to feelings of isolation. 2. Miscommunication. Text based communication can sometimes lead to misunderstandings since tone and body language are often lost. This can create conflicts or confusion. 3. Information overload. The sheer volume of information available can be overwhelming. It can be hard to filter out what's important, leading to stress and anxiety. 4. Privacy concerns. Sharing personal information online can lead to privacy issues and data breaches, making people vulnerable. 5. Dependency on technology. Relying too much on technology for communication can make us less skilled in traditional forms of communication, like public speaking or writing letters. It's all about finding a balance and using these tools wisely. What do you think is the most important thing to keep in mind when using modern communication methods?
Okay, that's nice. So any my like sorry, any I can't hear to a question. What you asked me?
Sure, here are two questions for you. 1. What do you think is the most valuable lesson you've learned from your experiences with communication, whether it's in person or online? 2. If you could create a perfect balance between modern communication and traditional methods, what would that look like for you? I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Any if I were get a difference between modern and early modern methods of communication, like I think that today's communication method was like good, because we have opportunity to learn from artificial intelligence. We didn't need any help, any single human help. We have artificial intelligence. We can improve our English, we can improve our confidence, we can improve our communication skills. So that's why today's technology, today's modern methods are good, but it also has negative impact. So that's why I didn't like today's modern method. Was in my way, in my perspective, that today's modern methods are good as compared to like early. And the second, what is your second question?
I appreciate your perspective. It's great that you see the benefits of modern methods while also recognizing their drawbacks. For my second question, if you could create a perfect balance between modern communication and traditional methods, what would that look like for you? Would it involve specific practices or tools? I'd love to hear your ideas.
Any like if I could create a balance between the traditional and the modern method, so I will create I will promote AI. but in a positive way. If we use I tell you many times that if we use AI in a positive way, so it can benefit us very better. It is very benefit for us. So that's why all the all the all the discussion
That sounds
like yes, please speak.
absolutely. Promoting AI in a positive way is key. You could focus on using AI to enhance learning and communication while still encouraging face to face interactions and community building. For example, you might create workshops that combine online tools with in person discussions, helping people learn from both worlds. You could also advocate for mindful technology use, reminding others to take breaks and prioritize personal connections. It's all about finding that sweet spot where technology supports our lives without overshadowing the importance of human connection. What do you think would be the best way to start promoting that balance in your community?
Yes, any to your answers, and I think all are good. So my next question is that is face-to-face communication still important today or not? Like I think face-to-face communication is important, but it is not important very. Like it is a simple word that we have to face-to-face communication. It is still important. So what's about that?
I completely agree. Face to face communication is still very important. It allows for genuine connections, nonverbal cues, and emotional understanding that can be hard to replicate online. Being physically present can strengthen relationships and build trust. Plus, it often leads to more meaningful conversations. While modern methods are convenient, nothing quite beats the warmth of a real conversation. So, finding a balance between both is key. How do you feel about incorporating more face to face interactions in your life?
Uh, yes, you asked right, but I don't know any what is it. So any now it's almost going to end my interview. The time is completed. So what's your final advice, like final message would you like to give to future generation about communication?
I'm glad we had this conversation, Hisham. My final advice for future generations about communication would be to embrace both technology and personal connections. Use tools like AI to enhance your learning and skills, but don't forget the power of face to face interactions. Listen actively, express yourself clearly, and be open to different perspectives. Building strong relationships and understanding each other is what truly enriches our lives. And remember, communication is a skill that can always be improved. Keep practicing and learning. Thank you for this wonderful discussion. Pakistan's into bed.
Okay, that's nice. So, thank you so much, Shani, for giving your interview to us. I learned many things about evolution of communication methods and I also share my thoughts to you. I hope you understand my perspective and you should appreciate my perspective. So, Shani, I have a last question to you that what communication methods do you think had the greatest impact in history? Like in early there was no methods, people didn't know how to communicate. Tell us about that and today's methods.
Thank you, Hisham. I truly appreciate your thoughtful questions and insights throughout this conversation. In history, the invention of writing was a monumental communication method. It allowed people to record information, share stories, and pass knowledge through generations. Then, the printing press revolutionized communication by making books accessible to more people, spreading ideas and education. In today's world, digital communication like email, social media, and instant messaging has had a huge impact. It connects people globally and allows for real time sharing of information. Both early and modern methods have shaped how we connect and communicate. Each has its unique influence on society. What do you think has been the most surprising change in communication methods over time?
I don't know, Andy, what is the most surprising change in the communication method? Like artificial intelligence, I think that artificial intelligence is the like the most uh, changing the way of communicating with you. And I have also answered to your questions. Like we learn many things about like you. I learned many things about you, and you also listen to my perspective. So that's why artificial intelligence is very good. So viewers, this is our today's my interview with Kalani. I hope you all like it. And Annie, thank you so much for giving your interview, and see you in our next interview with